Ciao, Ni hao, Yasu, Bonjour, Guten Tag. My name is Lydia, and I'm your host of the Global Travel Junkie podcast, where we'll discover new luxury destinations and experiences together. So let's get started and meet today's guest. Hello, everyone. It's Lydia with the Global Travel Junkie podcast and YouTube channel. And today I'm excited to welcome back Eric Harari. Hi, Eric.
Hello, Lydia. How are you?
I'm good. Good. And I said welcome because we had Eric on a previous episode where we were talking about one of his properties, a very nice resort in Quebec, Canada, called Bel Air Tremblant, right?
That is correct.
Awesome. Yes, so y'all go find that episode. It's not too far back from this one, a couple of episodes before. But today we're going to talk about the Bahamas. And he has a property there, a very nice set of villas called La Palmeraie, Bahamas, and Harbour Island. So, Eric, I'm so glad you're here today. Why don't you start us off by just giving us a little bit of background about where you came from and how you got into this line of resorts?
Okay. Well, I came from by background, I'm a lawyer by background, and then went to business school in New York. I did an MBA there in finance. Afterwards, back in 1999, decided that I was going to try something else in the real estate arena. One thing going to the other, from buying apartment buildings, doing some developments, engaging in vacation rentals in Miami back in 1999, which is probably around 10 years before Airbnb. Back in 2008, I decided to exit the market in Miami because there was just too much competition.
Yeah, saturated.
Clients were starting to be less and less quality. And I decided to exit. So in one way, I went to the Bahamas, and on the other way, I went to Canada. And both things are very, very different. The project in Quebec is in the ski resort, but you have the same nature, beautiful nature, and a sense of time that actually stops. And the second area that I discovered was Harbour Island in the Bahamas. I've traveled extensively, in the Caribbean, in Asia, in Africa, in Latin America. And when I reached this place, I just fall in love with this beach. You have the most magnificent beach that you can see behind you. It's 3.5 miles of sand, pink sand. You will also see that the environment is it probably barely changed for about 30 years. There's no buildings. You have just, small boutique hotels. The homes, the existing homes, date from 200 years ago. Those are heritage homes, the famous pink and yellow and bluish little homes. One thing that I love there, it's a very, very upscale island, but you're in connections with local people. People live there, and they're going to drive the same golf carts. You rent golf carts, they rent golf carts, and you can actually interact with the people. And I have to say, Harbour Island, I was really charmed by the kindness of the people, which, again, I was not necessarily fond of the people in Nassau, for example, not at all. But there, it was just a magical experience where people are friendly and and nice, and that you can actually interact with them. So
Yeah, I want everyone to know that you're this magnificent innovator that you create out of your mind. I mean, I learned this about you when I interviewed you for the other property. Let's talk about that aspect of you, because you told our other guest that you didn't have a background in architect or engineering or anything, and you're doing all this from your own thinking. So let's talk a little bit about where does that come from and how magnificent that is.
well, actually, it's I worked as a realtor in Miami, and when I took clients to visit other homes or buildings, it I have a sense of aesthetics that I guess it's Probably I was born with that.
It's a gift. Yeah.
But yet I did not understand, why do you have a house and why do you look at a wall? And, the realtors or the architects say, oh, there's a beautiful TV there. Okay. But that's not the way I conceive the house. For me, a house needs to have floor plans, very smart floor plans, to be able to views. The nature is the view. The beautiful ocean is the view, and this is what really leads, my design. So going through all those multiple architects and realty companies trying to sell stuff, I just realized that the floor plans were not really great. Again, my problem is I don't know how to draw. I don't know how to see in 3Ds. So the only way I could figure out was I was designing in a piece of paper. I would take some photos of houses that I liked. Then I would go to someone that can interpret, what is that you see in a 3D format. Okay, so I would first do a floor plan, then I would do the elevations, and then I would see, if that works. And this was a back and forth basically to be able to pass by the architects, not because I wanted to pass by, but because I was just going through much quicker, and I didn't need to deal with the how can I say, the egos of architects. Architects have a big ego. They're artists. Sometimes they forget who is the clients. And
And you weren't getting what you wanted, so you had to create it yourself.
yes. So meanwhile, for the past 20 years, I designed actually probably 130 different houses of different styles, different sizes as well.
Wow.
And this was actually fun, to take, the houses in the Bahamas and to try to bring something that was different. Because again, if you walk on the beach of all these islands, you see the same typical Bahamian house, which is, base of wood with louver, two chimneys, small windows, and this is not what I wanted to bring. So I believe that for me, the important part is to be able to bring something that is different and that brings or a difference in the island.
Yeah.
And in Harbour Island specifically, people hated me because like in Canada, in Canada, it's not that they hated me in Canada because Canada is big, but they didn't understand what I was doing. Okay, nowadays in Quebec, in the area where I am, in Mont Tremblant, when I started, 98% of things were rustic. Now everybody's doing, and I came in and said, I don't want rustic, I want modern. And now you can see 100% of the projects are modern. And I kind of did the same thing in the Bahamas. I knew it was, old money, very, up north. And I wanted to bring just a different vibe. So my vibe was in the first house was really an Asian, the house that you see here on the screen was to provide an Asian flair to it, while keeping, a Bahamian style as well, but really being more Asian. So when the first house came, the comment from people is, "Oh, it's so modern. We hate it." Well, where did I did the second house, which was like the Miami house, very modern and stuff, and now they hated me. But what's important is my clients just love it, and this is what I'm trying to do: create a
No,
difference.
you brought the ocean into the experience of the home. I saw there's other pictures. Everybody who wants to go check it out, you can go to their website. I'll put a link in the description for you to get there easily. But it's amazing. And are you seeing more people kind of following in the same concept, or are they still just building the old?
Well, the thing is, Arbor Island is it's a billionaire island. This is how they call it. You had people such as Ron Perlman from Revlon. You have Anish Kapoor. He's a big sculptor from England. You have had the owner of G Crew. You have very high-profile people that have big homes. The late Wayne Uzanga. They have. I'm talking about $50 million. Properties. So this island is like very very private. You have very rich people, but it's not the bling bling kind of island. This is the
Yeah, it's not
outside.
touristy at all, right?
it's kind of, but it's classy touristy. You get the people that when you go to a restaurant, you see a man that pulled a chair for his woman. You don't see that much. You see people putting
Oh,
a jacket when they come, to have a dinner. So it's very classy, it's elegant, and it's just very different.
I love that idea. That is so sweet. So, let's talk about you developing this because, as you told me before, you just love spaces. Like, just you see land or nature, and you're like, I want to create on this land. So, what did you do? Did you have to? By the way, I just want to say the reason I'm asking this question is because the reviews were talking about how this is one of the best spots on the whole entire island. So I'm really curious to ask you, how did you get and acquire the best spot on the island? That's pretty amazing. Was that difficult?
Well, it's not the best spot; it's the best house.
Oh, okay. Is that what they said? Okay.
Okay. Uh, yeah, this is exactly what I said. The island, again, we're dealing with a very small island. It's 3.5 miles. Uh, in real estate, you need to have a lot of patience. And I'm taking this as a business, so discipline is the most important part. So if I was telling you that from 2000 to 2013, I would go every twice a year. I would take a realtor, and I said, "Show me what is available for sale."
Uh-huh.
And every day I would come back, and how much is this land, and how much is this house? Oh, this is a new house in construction. Then I would come back. I said, "Did I sell it because it's very expensive?" Yes, they sold it, and I would come back. I would do a due diligence for 12 years.
Wow.
I waited that the market, collapsed in, everywhere. Basically, in 2008, it collapsed. In Miami, the market rebounded back in 2012, but it was not the case in the Bahamas. So in the
Oh,
Bahamas, I waited, and I was able to find a beautiful piece of property. And again, everything is about timing in real estate. So talking about Canada or talking about any other property, you need to find the best timing to buy. So I found one piece of land, and before you ask me, what makes it so desirable. uh, First off, I've seen everything. Okay, so when I came up, I said, let me do something different architecturally, but also as far as I want to have the best amenities. I want to think at every single thing. So those are big homes. They're 12,000 square feet homes. I'm the only one. I mean, actually, you have other homes, but I'm the only one that is 9 bedrooms.
wow. That's good to know.
So you have 9 bedrooms. Then I said, I want to have the movie theater. I want to have, a sauna, a steam bath, a gym, massage room. You want to be able to go
I mean, a
from,
home away from home for some people, right?
well, it's more of a resort. Actually, a lot of people are better there than their homes. Uh, so, and the beauty is that you just step away from your house and you're on the beach, and you have we have some tiki huts at the beach. So that's really you're in your little resort, which is very private. You can have up to 18 people per house. And I ended up buying one house, and the land was for sale next door. So I bought the other piece of land, which I built a second house. And we built also a third house around a year ago, which I call the Bali House, which is a little bit smaller. It's only 7,000 square feet, and but there's just very different style, but the same kind of refinement, and people just love the fact that they're brand new, and that you think about everything, full amenities like in a hotel.
And more, I think. Hotel
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if every hotel has a beautiful
No,
movie theater like yours is. I saw the
no,
photos on the website. So let's talk a little bit about the amenities, like, people were bragging about the beautiful pools. And does each house have its own pool?
yeah, yeah. Of course, each house has its own pool. They're big pools. My
Yeah.
pools are probably bigger than the one of the hotels. It's 70 feet long. You've got a jacuzzi, in the first house, which was the Palmeraie one. And then, you go down. I mean, again, you have all the amenities, movie theater for, I think it's 10 people, beautiful gym, better than what you can find in the hotel, a sauna, spa. You want to have a massage, you have a massage room. And you go to the beach. We bought all the toys that people may need. Kayaks, paddle boards, volleyball. You know, Everything that you need. We also have a boat that people can rent if they want to.
Wow.
Uh,
Wait, does somebody else drive it or
yeah, yeah,
do
yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We have a captain to drive it,
Okay.
and again, a lot of people, we don't. Uh, we have two chefs that work exclusively for the houses. It's not part of the rental, but people can rent a house and decide to have a chef and having bartenders and waiters and
Service. Yeah.
servers, and everything will be provided for that. Yes.
Yeah, I saw that. So, you were talking, let's go back to the boat. So, is this like a sailing style
Yeah,
boat or like a motorboat?
it's a motorboat called Intrepid.
Intrepid.
Yes.
Okay. Give
Which
us
we
a
are.
visual. What kind
Yes,
of boat?
yes, yes. It's kind of those are boats that are usually part of the or belong to yachts. It's like a sport fishing. It's not really a fishing boat, but yacht people usually have those kind of boats. So it's very high end. It's very comfortable, and to be able to spend a day outside and explore, go to see the pigs, or go to see
Oh,
the
yeah.
yeah.
Swimming with the pigs.
Exactly. You can swim with the pigs, you can see the turtles, or go to the deserted island, and it's really pretty incredible.
What
And
is, go ahead.
no, no, just
I was going to ask, what is the, ocean environment there? For instance, like when you go to Cabo, the waves are crashing so hard that it's hard to actually just walk into the water without getting tumbled. But it looks pretty calm on
yes.
the beach picture behind me. So it's just a really calm ocean.
Sometimes you have some wind, but most of the time, it's calm. There's nothing. I mean, you could always swim. It's not like big, waves or anything. And it's great because you can do paddle boards. When you have a bit of wind, you don't really usually have a lot of waves. You may have some winds, but people do some kite surf as well, which is a big, big trend right now.
Mhm.
So
Awesome.
fishing is a great activity as well. This is also
Okay. And then how's the snorkeling and the scuba out there? Do
it's
people do
beautiful.
that? It is okay. It's got
Yeah.
the, does it have coral reefs out there?
Yes, yes, you can actually from the house. I mean, you're just behind you. You can go with your scuba tanks, and you have some reefs, and I've dove there, so it's
Uh-huh.
really incredible. And the water is like crystal clear, and this is really what I loved. I went to places that are, and this is also why I bought there. I've seen many places. I went to Mauritius Islands. I went to Thailand. I went to a lot of beautiful places. But I didn't see those kind of beaches anywhere.
Yeah.
Actually, Harbour Island is one of the 10 nicest beaches in the world.
That's a great
Yeah,
reputation.
yeah, yeah.
So let's talk about the type of things that the reviewers are saying because you have I think it's a 4.8 out of 5-star rating,
Yes.
and you have lots of reviews, which that's how you judge someone is they've got to have a lot of reviews and a high rating, and that tells you that it's solid and it's true to form. It's exactly what they're projecting that it is as far as the advertising or the website or whatever. And I remember reading a few reviews where they said the photos almost didn't even do the place justice. It was
Absolutely.
almost nicer than what they had imagined, right?
Absolutely. This is one of the things we're getting all the time. As far as command, this is way nicer than the photos.
Yeah, I love that. And something that I know about you because we talked about it on the other show is that your this is a positive in the regards of your hospitality efforts, but Eric's a perfectionist, so he likes to do the best of the best. It's like if it's not the best, if it's not the newest, if it's not the coolest, it's not good enough, right, Eric?
I think, at the end of the day, when you understand that the clients are the most important people, you know, I don't care, about yeah, everything needs to be perfect. So I go there every month. And when I go there, I'm putting a microscope and I'm looking at every single thing. And if there's some a mark on the wall, I'm going to repaint the whole wall. I just don't want, People, also very important when you provide them with a nice house that is immaculate, they'll keep it this way. If you bring them a house that is badly maintained, they don't care because the owner doesn't care. And for
Yeah.
me, we have a whole team of people, which I think it's very important. We have a whole team of people. We have, as far as maintenance, we have 5 people full time. We have 2 engineers that are taking care of the houses. Uh, Again, we learn, using local people, and then I said, I'm going to hire them. We have generators which needs to be attended. We have, desalinization plants for each of the houses. They need to be attended. ACs, and the environment could be very strong and very harsh on the elements are very harsh on the houses. So unless you have a 100%, good maintenance team and you keep things up to the last level, that's what you need to do. And at the end of the day, as you understand, and I tell my people, they can tell me, oh, clients love it. If I can't see the review, I just don't believe it. So they
Yeah.
understand that a lot of people may love what they see. They're not going to put a review. I'm going to give them bonuses only if I see reviews. So as a result, you had said, I think you just saw Google, but on TripAdvisor, it's the same. We have close to 200 reviews. We're definitely by very, very far the nicest homes and the best ranked homes, not only in our island, but in the Bahamas. I mean, I'm talking about luxury because I went through the exercise. I would like to compare myself. I always like to better what we can do all the time. And I've looked, and we're very far, above everybody else. And at the end of the day, for me, that's important. We have had celebrities coming to our properties, billionaires, Bella Hadid came with friends. Yeah, we have prince and princesses that came. And, for us, that's very important, to deliver the same level of service to a prince, a celebrity, or just a person that will come with his family and enjoy a good, beautiful time.
Yeah, that's the caliber that you're offering there at Bel Air Resort. So let's talk a little bit about, I know that you have some retreats and wellness offerings that actually come to
Yeah.
some of your villas. So
Yes.
do you want to mention that a little bit?
Sure.
Just touch on it a little bit and how other people can other people rent the property for their retreat too?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we have had people, that are renting the houses, for corporate retreats. Some people, they don't do weddings there because we don't allow weddings. But people that are getting married, rather than staying in a hotel, they come with their close family there. We have a lot of demand from people that want to go have experiences, yoga, meditation. So we have people that we refer, to do that. And again, we have been involved into uh, retreats, health retreats, and my project in Canada. As much as this project a little bit even more because it's even more private. It's very conducive to retreats because you're really isolated. You have your chef that is come and cooking, like very vegan food or any kind of food that people want, and you're in a very tight circle. So we do organize retreats, with that, where we offer, yoga, meditation, learning how to cook, learning the benefit of some foods. So we're, alternating, learning things with actually experiencing things.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's exciting. So, in shifting to maybe just, I want to touch a little bit more. Is there anything more we can tell the guest about the amenities? For instance, like, do you have toys that, meaning like golf carts for them to travel around in, or like what comes with the house, bicycles, motor scooters? Like, what do you have, for the guests to utilize to get around? Are there anything?
Yes, we have, I mean, golf carts. Basically, we try to make it easy. So we have golf carts they can use. Um, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, with golf
Okay.
carts. I mean, again, they can use the boat as I told you before. They have the toys, the water toys that I mentioned. We have one very nice amenity, different kind in the house number two, which is like the modern house. We have the nicest rooftop that exists, ever. It's probably around 2,000 square feet. You have you know, we thought about everything on this one. For example, we put a kitchen, so full kitchen upstairs. You have, your jacuzzi. You have tables for probably 50 people if you want to.
Wow.
You have toilets, you have a shower, and actually you can look at the sun, sunrise and sunset there, and the views are just magnificent.
I'm so jealous. That just sounds like a wonderful experience. So, let's see. Is what else should we talk about regarding? Do you want to mention anything about when you're at the at Harbor Island? Like, what do you do there? Do you get out of the house and go to town? Like, what else is there to do on the island?
It's a pretty laid back island. So the good thing is you have incredible restaurants. They're very small. I mean, again, the hotels are maybe on average 25 rooms. Okay, so there are small 25, 30. So they're really boutique hotels. You probably have like around 10 hotels, 10 restaurants. A few of them, probably six of them, are really very, very good. So every night, people enjoy one restaurant, then they go to the other ones. At night, or even during the day, you have the downtown, Harbour Island, where locals stay, and you have beautiful food, and you get a chance to get a different experience where you probably wouldn't get in different islands, that I've been to. Being able to mix with local people.
Yeah. Is there a beautiful marina where all the people come from far
Yeah,
away on their
yeah,
ships?
yeah, yeah, yeah. You have the three marinas actually, and the last one is beautiful marina, where you have big yachts coming in, uh, and again, this is one of the island where, I mean, you have stars coming all the time. Richard Gere used to come there. Uh, L.A. McPherson, Uma Thurman, your husband's has a house there. Uh, you have like quality people. Our president, Sarkozy, when he was president, was invited there to relax for sometimes. Warren Buffett has been seen there. So it's really, high-end island.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
where,
good getaway for them, right? Nobody's really
yes,
there.
yeah, nobody cares. Nobody's gonna go after them.
There's
It's
no paparazzi there,
There's
right?
no paparazzi, none whatsoever. This is why, they like there actually.
Awesome. Okay, let's see. Is there anything I haven't touched on or asked you about the Bahama property? Is there anything you need, more we need to say or share with the
This
guest?
Well, I'm going to share something else.
Okay.
Uh, I mean, this is really, I'm preparing actually another project on the next door island called Eleuthera. We have purchased this 55 acres piece of property to do a new resort, which basically is going to be called Bel Air Bahamas, which this website exists, where we're going to sell homes. We're going to sell 38 houses, and we're going to build 70 cottages. And the concept there is really to bring Bali in the Bahamas. So our property is overseeing the water. We also bought one of the most beautiful beach that I've seen in my life as well, to create a beach club. And that's what is cooking right now. We got most of our approvals, and then we're going to start this project, immediately after. And it's going to be a very exciting project for us.
That is so exciting. Oh my goodness. So the people who are interested in that, they should just go check out
Yes.
the properties now to make sure they like the area and they want to
Yes.
buy there, right?
Yeah. This is, Eleuthera is the next island. I think, the Ritz Carlton is going to open there. New hotel. The Disney is opening up also at the southern
What?
part. Yes, so it's really the next developing island, because it's beautiful island, gorgeous. It's a long island, probably the length is around 110 miles by a mile, but just nature is insanely beautiful.
Oh, so naturistic. How far is it? I mean, you're coming from Miami, so let's just make that like what's the flight time to get to this island, your island,
That's the
Bar
problem.
Harbor?
That's the problem. You fly to Miami. Let's say you have flights from Fort Lauderdale or from Miami. It would take a whole 45 minutes to get there, and then you're going to take a 5 minute taxi and a 5 minute boat taxi, and you're going to be on the island. So altogether, you may leave Miami at 8 o'clock, and by 10 o'clock, you're on the beach.
Wow, no wonder it's so desirable for everybody. So I'm from Texas, and it usually takes me like 2 hours to get over to Florida. So it'd probably be about 3 hours for me. So that's awesome. Well, this was so fun. Do you have anything else you want to share? Like, why don't you tell everyone where to go to learn more, or you want me to tell them what your website is?
Well, I can tell it. So Bel Air, okay. The new project is Bel Air, Bahamas, but it's not built yet. La Palmeraie, Bahamas. La Palmeraie, Palmeraie, Bahamas. I'm sorry, I'm French, and I always like to bring something that is a little bit different, that people will remember.
Yes.
In La Palmeraie, most people have a hard time to see it, but if you find it pretty easily, and that's what I love.
Yes. It's gorgeous. I'll repeat that. It's LaPalmeraieBahamas.com.
Exactly.
So everybody go there. I'll put a link below to make it easily accessible. And you can go to their website. And I saw that they take bookings and emails, directly through their website. So y'all go enjoy the Bahamas.
Well,
So
thank you very much.
so it's very nice to have you again, Eric. When you build your new property, I'll have you back and you can tell us about that one. How about that?
Yes, and I will tell you also, we're working on another project in Asheville, North Carolina as well.
Oh, you want to tell us real quick about that? What's that about? Give us a little teaser.
Yeah, a little teaser is we are under contract to buy 150 acres, 25 minutes from Asheville, magnificent property. And it's going to be a mix, property as well, like, Canada and the Bahamas. It's going to be a mix resort and residences, exactly the same way.
I have one final question. Do you ever sleep?
Well, look at my face. I look pretty tired. I'm all white now. But,
I'm just saying, you are so busy. You've got it going on. So that's very exciting. Thank you so much for being on the Global Travel Junkie podcast and YouTube show today.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed the show today. And if you'd like to be a guest on the Global Travel Junkie podcast and YouTube channel, reach out to us at our Contact Us form at globaltraveljunkie.com. We hope to see you out traveling. Adios. Ciao. Au revoir.